Okay, so we are, I guess now more than more than a third of a way through the regular season here, which is crazy to think about, because we're in the middle of October right now. So this this is flying by. After it felt like a whole year and a half this past off season, and now the regular season is just faster than Sonic, faster than the Flash right now. So I'm gonna try to slow down and enjoy this. So um, there's some interesting games this week, and after what I've seen for the past month, I don't think any of these are the correct ones, and I think we'll see when we get to the final whistle and that game clock hits triple zeros or quadruple zeros, whatever. I think then we'll see who wins these games, because like every week I feel like I just don't know. I feel like I know less about football this week than I did last week, and that's kind of fun to me, because you kind of learn new things every week, and teams upset, and then teams go on a like a hot streak, like the Giants. I didn't have the Giants even making the playoffs right now, and now I think they will. 7 weeks in, I think they're going to make the playoffs, which is crazy. But let's start with Thursday night's game, which, thank the Lord, is finally, this isn't going to be a bad matchup. Hopefully. let me not jinx it, and it ends up being 9-6. I think this will be a decent matchup for Thursday night after 4 weeks, 5 weeks, whatever it's been, of just terrible football on Thursday. We finally have in my opinion, what should be a decent game. So I'm going with New Orleans just because, Robbie Anderson is now a Cardinal and whatnot, and I think, is it next week DeAndre Hopkins comes back? I think he serves, I think it was a 7-game suspension. I don't remember. They're going to get, DeAndre Hopkins back soon. But Kyler just, I don't fear Kyler. I don't think of Kyler as like a amazing top tier QB. I don't think I have him in my top 10 right now. Now, I don't know who I have in my top 10 right now, because probably Josh Allen at 1, Jalen Hurts at 2, and then Mahomes can be like 2A or 3, so maybe something like that. I don't know. I really like Jalen Hurts. I think he's doing really well this year. I think I would put him above Mahomes right now. Possibly. I don't know. Point is, I don't know who, I don't know what to think about Kyler. I don't know what to think about the Arizona Cardinals. And, the Saints didn't look terrible last week, and they actually put up a lot of points. What was it, 9 points, 3 field goals is all the... it must have been 3 field goals, unless they had a safety, and I just don't. I don't remember that. But I think New Orleans can win this. It might be a 21-17 game, something like that. But I think it'll be interesting. I think it'll be better than what we've had in the past couple weeks. Then we move on to Sundays, Cleveland and Baltimore. Now, as I say, every time with divisional matchups, throw logic out the window and just pick a team. And I just picked Baltimore Ravens. They're at home, coming off a loss to the Giants. I think Lamar is more motivated. I think the team is more motivated. They just got Deshaun Jackson just signed with him literally like an hour or two ago at the time of me recording this. Obviously, you're going to see this on Wednesday morning. But when I'm recording this, Deshaun Jackson literally just signed with the Ravens. So I don't know if he's eligible to play this week or not. It's always kind of fuzzy with those things, because sometimes players are, and sometimes they're not. It's just, I guess if you want to learn the playbook faster, take your time or whatever. I don't know. So I'm just picking Baltimore at home to beat Cleveland, because, logic out the window. Then Tampa, Carolina. This one is kind of take some of that logic, just a little piece of that logic, and bring it back in. Tampa is clearly the better team. Obviously, Carolina just fired Matt Rule. and they only put up 10 points on the Rams, and the Rams are not having a good year. So I'm going with Tampa. But Brady didn't have a good week last week. Bucs didn't have a good week last week, and they lost to the Steelers. So I don't know. I don't know. Now, there was a part of me that wanted to pick the Falcons this week. There really was. I'm like, okay, Bengals are hot and cold, just flipping, flopping all over the place. I don't know how to feel about them, but I think the Saints defense is, they're pretty good. And, they put up 30, I believe it was 30 points on the Saints defense. The Bengals did last week. So I think they're going to ride that. I think they're going to start getting hotter and whatnot. And I think Cincinnati will win this. But if Atlanta wins this, I'm going to be like, yeah, I saw it coming and I went with Cincinnati instead. I just, at this point, every team can win. And obviously, again, you have some of those bad teams where it's like, okay, they're not going to win. But this year, it just feels like even the bad teams can win. So, yeah. Like Detroit, Dallas. I'm picking Dallas, but Detroit's coming off a week of rest with the bye week. You had 2 weeks to prepare for Dallas. You just saw Dallas just basically, well, they didn't get beat down because they did start to come back in the second half. But if you can go up 17-3, 17-7 or whatever, and just keep putting points on the board, then you can beat Dallas. But I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. This is Dallas at home, so I'm sure the fans are going to be fired up. I'm sure the players are going to be fired up. I think Dak is coming back soon. Is he coming back he might be coming back this week. So, maybe I should have picked, because it's going to be Dak's first game back. So he's not going to, obviously, be in peak shape. So, maybe I should have picked Detroit. Oh, well, I'm not changing it. I'm leaving it. Then, not really much to talk about here, unless there's a Florida curse that applies, and, the Giants suck in Florida, just like the Packers and, some other teams. But I'm picking the Giants to win, and they continue their crazy, amazing streak going on. The Cinderella story continues this week. So, Tennessee, Indy. I don't. Tennessee, because they're coming off a bye, and I don't. I don't know. I do not know. The AFC South is one of the weirdest divisions. I just have no idea who's going to win that division. There's a lot of divisions that are just up in the air right now. But, I feel like specifically the AFC South, I'm just... the Jags looked like they were going to win it just a couple weeks ago. And then, I think, Tennessee leads it right now, I think. So... I don't know what to say with that. Now, I did some, research, obviously, things have happened and whatnot. And I was really thinking about this because Rodgers has only won once in Washington, in FedEx Field. He's only won one game on the road there. And he's 3-3 in his career, I believe. Last year, coming off that win against Taylor Heinicke. Now, he is playing again this year because Carson Wentz is injured. So Taylor Heinicke is going to be starting QB this year because the wide receiver, the Washington, team just basically came out and said, hey, our rookie's not ready to play. So they're putting Taylor Heinicke out there instead. So I'm praying this is a bounce back because I'm picking the Bills next week. I'm going to just be blunt right now. I'm a week away from picks. I'm a week and a half away from that game. I'm not picking the Packers to beat the Bills. So, I'm hoping we can get a win here. And at least we can go, 4-3, and then we can go 4-4, and then carry on because it's not going to be a fun stretch the deeper into the season we go. So... This is supposed to be a must-win, and I don't think it's a guaranteed win, and I'm super nervous right now. So I am going with the Packers just because I feel like the defense had a little bit of adjustments, but yeah. So then I am picking the Jets to upset Denver. Now I feel like a lot of people are gonna pick Denver, even though the Jets are probably maybe favored, but to me, you're going to Mile High. Mile High is way different from Lambeau. You have to deal with the altitude and whatnot up there. And I mean, Russ had one good quarter, so if he starts putting a good half together, you better watch out. So, I can't say that with a straight face. I think the Jets will win this. Again, it feels kind of like an upset to me because, again, you have to go to Mile High and deal with that altitude and whatnot. And, again, the Broncos are at home. So, I'm sure the fans, if they lose to the Jets, they're going to be booing like crazy. But because it's a Broncos game, I would not be shocked if this goes to overtime. So, Houston, Las Vegas Raiders. I hate it, but the Raiders are winning. As much as I want the Raiders to lose, as much as it pains me to pick them, it's Houston. Like, Houston's just not good. So, the Raiders are going to probably get a free win this week. Now, I'm hoping and praying that the Texans upset. I am. I'm picking the Raiders, but I'm hoping I can jinx it and Texans win. So, then Seattle heads to face the Chargers in SoFi. I think Seattle has a chance. I do. The Chargers don't look like a good team to me. I mean, then again, no one really does. Like, you have the Bills and the Eagles look good, but then, like, I mean, the Chiefs have weaknesses in their armor and whatnot, and it's just like everyone else in the league is. I'm just like, yeah, like everyone is beatable. I get like the Giants, again, but I think they're beatable too. But the Chargers don't feel like a threat to me. They don't feel crazy good to me. Herbert has looked okay. I mean, he's not been bad or anything. But I think Seattle can win this. I do. I think it's possible for them to win this. So, then Kansas City heads to San Francisco. Not really much to talk about. I think Kansas City should just light up San Francisco. They might put a 40-piece on them, honestly. Like, after losing to the Bills, I'm sure, the Chiefs are going to come out just slinging it, flinging it. Ball's going deep, ball's going short. Like receivers are going for 75 yards on one play. So I expect just the Chiefs to just bounce back after last week, which, again, will probably be the AFC Championship game. And just, beat up San Francisco, take out their anger. Pittsburgh, Miami. Now, I believe Tua is supposed to be coming back this week. Now, I don't feel like I need to talk about the situation, if he should or not, because I know some people are going to say, he's good, he can do that, come back if he, can. But I know there's going to be people that are going to be like, hey, like, you just had 2 concussions in the span of, like, a week. And you're coming back only, like, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it's been. So I know, like, that's going to be very decisive. Especially if Tua does not look as good as he did before those concussions. Like, people are going to be calling for Miami's head. Like, they're going to be calling. And they're going to be going down there and riding. So I am picking Miami at home if Tua plays. If he plays well, people aren't probably going to riot as much. If he plays bad and they lose, I think, again, they're going to get under fire or be under fire yet again for saying, hey, you brought Tua back way too fast. So they can't win. Like, like, you either win, it's like, okay, well, Tua's doing, okay. But you're still going to have half the fans that are just like, yeah, like, he shouldn't be out there. And then if you lose, I mean, it's going to be a lot worse than if you win. So at least a win is not as bad. So Chicago, New England, Monday night. Trash game. I'm picking New England at home. They might shut out the Bears. They might. Just like the Lions. Like, this is... the Bears are just not a good team. Now, watch. Somehow, some way, the Bears are going to win this game. Like, just watch. I don't know how, but watch them be able to do that. So, those are my Week 7 picks. Chaos. I guess that's the best thing to say right now. Chaos. Who knows what's going to happen? So for now, like the video, share the video around. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'm out of here. Peace.